Hello, this is Clean Coach Carly. I'm the staff nutritionist at Healthy Habits Living, and I am back talking about my favorite topic. I'm back at it again. I'm talking about digestion and specifically probiotics. Now, if you follow the research that started in 2007 about the Microbiome Project, you know that your human cells are outnumbered by a 1-to-3 ratio. For every one human cell, you have 3 bacterial cells, whether they're probiotics or bad biotics, in your body. So you're outnumbered 300%. And so we've got to mind our microbiomes. We've got to take care of the good bacteria that is in there and help it to thrive. And we need to put more good bacteria in. And that is what probiotics are. Now, there's a lot of talk about whether probiotics are effective or not, or whether they work or whether they don't. And I'm going to tell you the truth. Some of them, they don't work. And that is because the way they are processed. Those live bacteria sometimes will die before they get into your mouth and into your intestinal tract. And so it's important to buy a high quality probiotic that you know has a guarantee that it's still viable, and viable means still alive because you want live bacteria in your body. So Genestra is a company that you can trust to buy and have live viable probiotics. Genestra has been making probiotics long before many companies even knew what probiotics were. It's been over 60 years, and they've always followed the research. They use HMF flora, so this is human microflora, in their probiotics. So that means they are using the strains that have been proven in research to be in the human microbiome and to be necessary and helpful for the human microbiome. So that's important. So we know that these are the strains that we actually want to use and that have been proven through decades of research to actually help certain conditions and symptoms. The other thing is that they use triphase stability max technology. So this means that in the way they produce and store and bottle their probiotics, they're guaranteed to still be alive once they get to you as the consumer. So you don't have to worry about keeping them in the refrigerator unless you're going to keep them for a really, really, really long time. But you don't have to store them in the refrigerator, and you don't have to worry that they were overheated in transit to you, because they are using technology that allows their probiotics to stay stable and alive and viable so that when you take them, they can actually grow and colonize in your colon. One thing that I really liked about Genestra is their HMF line. So their line of probiotics is called HMF, and again, that stands for Human Microflora. One of their most popular products is called HMF Forte. So it has high bacterial count. That's why it's called Forte. But what I like in particular about Genestra is that their whole line is aimed at certain conditions. So for example, they have one called HMF Forte, which is just going to be kind of their full spectrum prevention. But then they have HMF School for children, and they have HMF Intensive for after you've taken antibiotics. And they have HMF Neuro for when you're having mental health or cognitive issues. So in these individual formulas, they have emphasized or included specific strains that are known to help specific conditions. So after my recent long haul of COVID and my brain scan showing that I have inflammation in some areas, I started using their HMF Neuro. So back to the kids one. The kids one was actually used in a study, and so they used school-age children, and they found that the kids who used the HMF Kids formula actually had less incidence of cold and flu than those that were not taking the probiotic. So great results on that. So digestion is about what you eat and how it's digested, but it's also about the microflora or the microbiome that you have, which is your probiotics. So mastering your microbiome is one of my favorite things to say. And part of mastering that is that you have to introduce good bacteria on a regular basis. That's in your diet, but also in your probiotic supplement. And Genestra has a full line of those, and they have a technology and a reputation that you can trust. I definitely trust them. Here at Healthy Habits Living, we're always here to help you get healthy so that you can stay healthy and be healthy.